everyone, today we are going to block some granny squares using pins and a foam mat. So I'm using T-pins, but you can also use whatever pins that you have available. And I'm also going to be using this foam mat that I use when my nephews come over to visit. You can also use a foam core board or pin them to the carpet. The purpose of blocking is to give you straighter edges potentially on your piece. So for these granny squares, you can see that these edges are pretty rounded and I would like to make them a little bit crisper. I'm going to wet my granny squares using some water. I have the spray bottle that I'm going to soak everything with, but you can also just like dunk these or run water over them. And I'm also using acrylic yarn. So you do want to be careful when you're using a natural fiber yarn like wool. You want to be careful not to felt it. But this is acrylic yarn and I'm just going to fully saturate it. Now I'm going to take my pins and I'm going to start with all four corners. I'm going to just insert my pin under the stitches or through the stitches, and I'm going to square it out and try to make all the edges about the same length. And then I'm going to insert a few more pins throughout, just at my discretion. There we go. That's nice and square, and it's going to look something like that. And now I'm just going to do that with the rest of the granny squares I have, and then I'm going to leave them sit overnight or until they are fully dry. So I want to let them dry in this state. All right, so next day they're fully dry, so I'm going to remove all of the T-pins and we'll see how they look. And here you can see the corners are a bit crisper, a little straighter, and if we compare to an unblocked granny square, you can see exactly how rounded those corners are and how different the blocked version is. Yep, very different. And these, you can see how much better these will line up when I join them. So yeah, I hope this helps.